There we go. See you over there talking mess, Coach G?
Yes. Hello.
So, guys, before we get started, I have to give an amazing introduction to an amazing person that we have today. We have Miss Etheal Richardson, world famous, world renowned bikini bodybuilding champion.
World, Craig.
Right here from Oakland, California.
That's
Born
right.
and raised. We was just
Born and
talking about it. She can't go nowhere in town. She knows somebody.
Right.
She know your auntie, your cousin, somebody in your family. Fully connected. And she's also a cancer conqueror
Yes.
as well.
That's
So
right.
we're going to be talking to her today. Make sure you guys, as you're tuning in, you're hitting that share button, you're hitting that like button, because she's going to be dropping gems today, y'all.
Yep.
Gems, she's been doing this. You've been
So
plant-based.
get out your notepads.
Come on.
Start texting in your phone notes.
It's class time. We taking notes. You've been doing this 35 years plant-based.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But you've been on health hype since...
I stopped eating pork at 21. So I've been on health for years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
Go ahead, brother.
So what made you make the transition to stop eating pork?
Well, I just wanted, I didn't think it was good for me, so I just said I'm going to stop eating it. And also, when I was growing up, I had a lot of allergies and stuff. And so I used to have to get a lot of shots. And I said, I'm not taking no shots anymore.
I don't
gotta
want to take
change
that
my diet.
pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
So that's when I started changing my diet, and I took the pork out when I was 21. Then I did beef. Then I did chicken and turkey. Then I did fish. And then I did eggs.
But you know what I just heard right there? You went through a process.
Yes.
It was steps.
Yes.
And going through that process, what did you learn about yourself? Because I think that's a key thing that we all have to do, is learn more about ourselves and what works best with us. Like, what made you instinctively just know it was time to let go of the pork and then let go of the beef? Like, was your body telling you something, or was it just the reaction it gave you? Like, what was your process? So
I don't
viewers
think my
would know.
body was telling me anything. If it was, I didn't know it. It just was my mind. Because everything's mindset.
Right.
Yeah.
My mind said, okay, it's time for you to change up. Let's see how this works.
Yeah.
And I used to hear from my brother, who's not here anymore, but he used to tell me, well, you was raised on pork. I said, yeah, I might have been raised. Doesn't mean I have to stay on it.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
real.
So it's always choices. And
Yeah.
so I just made a conscious choice.
Yeah.
And doing all this, I made a conscious choice.
Well, I think it's interesting too, because one of the things that I always tell people is I say that your food should change for every portion of your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you go from like this to this, and it's always supposed to get better.
Right.
The quality is always supposed to get higher as you.
Do you notice in our community it's kind of opposite though? It's like, well, essentially, like, I'm thinking back when I was a kid and I was younger, it was more home cooked meals and everything. And now, as I see my parents getting older, they're eating more fast food. I mean, not saying that they're healthiest, but their health is actually declining as they're, like my dad back in the day, I remember when he was drinking V8s, you know, the vegetable juices and stuff like that. And I was a kid, I look at him like, that's disgusting, right? But now he wants to drink a milkshake,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I wonder why in some instances that we just don't care anymore. You know, like it might be that time and period in our life that we want to focus on our health, but then some people just lose the urge, you know?
Well, in my peer group, I hear a lot of, I'm too old to do this.
In my group, you said in your peer group, in my peer group, I hear the exact same thing.
Right.
But speak on that, because I think what happens is people have this false timeline of when is the time that you can do stuff and when you can't do stuff.
Right. I'm too old, and I said, well, I don't know that. I'm not in that club.
Yeah.
Because for me, nothing gets old but clothes and shoes. I just get better. So, you know, at old, if you think old, you'll be old.
Exactly.
And don't we have to be childlike to get into the kingdom?
Wow.
So I always be childlike, and I started running 5Ks at 50. I said, I used to say, oh, I'm not going to run the lake. Yeah, I said, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
So I started running 5Ks at 50, and my coworker used to say, oh, I'm glad when I get old then I can win everybody. Well, because not too many people in your class. I said, whatever you want to call it, I'm just getting better.
Yeah.
So, hey,
Right.
if you want to call it getting old that you win, hey, well, right on.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, hey,
Yeah, and you know it's real funny. I think it was last year we had an event where you and we had Chef Babette.
Oh, the
yeah,
push-ups.
no,
I remember.
Push-up
that's
contest,
right,
y'all.
That's my girl.
Man,
Yeah.
we had them do a push-up contest, and y'all was knocking them out. Y'all was at least at like 30, 40 push-ups at one
Yeah.
point. We had to stop y'all. Y'all was gonna be there all night hitting push-ups. But that's something that we don't think about. It's just like doing that conditioning to have that quality of life.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like, and I look at it where I'm at in my personal journey. I'm looking at it in the future. I want to invest in my health because when I get there, I want to be able to play with the grandkids or the great grandkids and be able to run around, still play tag and be active instead of being laid up in a bed or on a walker or feeling all my joints aching and stuff like that. It's just so amazing to me that people don't look at life in that light.
Well, I think culturally we have a timeline.
Saying like we're gonna check out and we gotta.
We have a death timeline, a preconceived death timeline, and I remember like you know how if in the Bible they talk about people that was living to be 200 years old and plus.
Uh-huh.
I think that people don't understand that there is a possibility that you can make it to that age because your cells regenerate every 30 days?
Yeah, all
How
the
many
time.
days?
All
Yeah,
the
they
time. Your
regenerate all
body
the time.
changes every 7 years.
So technically, your cells don't want to die because they keep replicating.
Exactly.
And so I think when we got this timeline in our head, like of what life is supposed to be like, and oftentimes it doesn't. Every group ages differently. Black people age differently than other groups of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's just the way it is. And that's why we came up with the saying "black don't crack."
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but it does if you don't treat it right.
That's
Exactly.
right. Sure.
You know, and so the problem is a lot of people what they do is they ride off genetics. They be like, oh, my grandma lived to be 100.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm 40.
Yeah.
So I can still keep doing what I'm doing until they reach that roadblock of that health problem.
Yep.
And then when they get that health problem, they realize that they ain't invincible.
But they forget that Granny and them were way more active.
Right.
Right.
They were walking to the store.
Yeah.
They were carrying groceries. They were going to the wash house. They were doing all these activities to burn calories and just be active. If they weren't even working out, they were doing some kind of activity that was workout related. You know what I'm saying? Versus now you're working a 9 to 5, sitting at a desk, not exercising, not eating well, versus Granny's work ethic, you know, totally different. And the quality of food that they're putting in their body back then versus
they
now
had their own
too.
gardens, and
Yeah.
even when the meat wasn't shot up like it was. So
Exactly.
we used to have a garden in our backyard.
Yeah. And that's funny because I was thinking of talking to somebody about my grandmother's house. Like we had a plum tree in the backyard. She had all apple tree, all that kind of stuff, and it was just right there. Whenever you wanted, you just go in the backyard, pick some fruit, bring it inside, and have some fruit. Right? Like how many of us still have that? Not too many.
Well, I feel like I want to bring this question to Ethel because I think what was the first part of your life like as far as like nutrition goes? Like, would you say that there was more like soul food-ish, or would you, or you know what I'm saying? Like, but even within that, was a lot of things fresh? Like, how was that?
It was all fresh. We didn't go to the fast food. If I wanted a hamburger and French fries, my mama made that in the house.
Right.
And we would eat dinner on Sunday, and any sweets, my grandmother.
She's baking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it was all in the house. Only way I was going to the quick ways was after a game back in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where you go celebrate.
Yeah.
That was the kicking spot.
Yeah. But it was totally different. But you know what? In saying that, even though you have somebody that's healthy in your family and has shared all that information with the family member, it doesn't mean they're going to take it. They'll look at you like you're crazy.
And they rebel. Oh my goodness.
So to say is, here I am, I'll be 69, and I've had nieces and nephews who've had strokes in their 40s.
Wow.
Yeah. So it makes a difference. It makes a difference because here I'm still running, I'm still competing. In fact, and a lot of people didn't know I broke my foot November the 30th, going down the back stairs. But thank
you bounced
God,
back.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That's a testament. Think about that. Most people, when they are your age, if they break anything, it's usually fatal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like so for you to be able to heal your body, your bones to be able to recover.
Yeah.
You know, that's amazing. That's a testament to your actual overall health.
Right. And the thing is, so being on crutches for 6 weeks and having to hop downstairs and upstairs, thank God I worked out.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm in the straight, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to go
You'd
down
been laid up.
the
You've been laid up in the bed the whole time. Now
right.
you got the upper body strength to still be able to do your daily activity.
Hop on one foot and hop.
And so that sounds like a testament to me that as long as you keep working with your body will work for you.
That's right. Gotta move.
Yeah.
Gotta move.
So I was gonna say, because this is super inspiring to me, and I know it's gonna inspire so many young ladies out there, it's that you're a cancer conqueror as well.
I don't say survivor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. In 2008, I was diagnosed with cancer, and it's funny how people say, well, that's the end of the life. No, I knew cancer didn't have me. You know, and so the doctor told me, well, what do you want to do? It's in your left breast. I said, well, is it a chance it'll come back? She said, yeah. I said, well, take them. And then you have people ask you, well, do you still feel like a woman? I said, my breast didn't make me. I'm still catching.
Make you or break you.
Right, yeah. So anyway, but 2 days after I had my surgery, I was out walking the lake. And my sister, who I love very dearly, but she's not with me, because I didn't eat hospital food, she would bring me a green drink every day when I was in the hospital before she'd go to work.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Healing through food.
Yeah, so that's why I say I'm a conqueror. So it's been 10 years.
And it's funny because so many people, when they go through that, they go through a state of depression. You know what I'm saying? And I think that separates the people that actually conquer cancer versus the people that, you know, get into that depressed mindset and say, oh man, my life is over, woe is me, and, you know, go down that rabbit hole. Like, what kept the light in you to know that, oh, this is just a phase that is just going to pass and I'm going to be able to move on and tell my story and be able to inspire others?
Oh, because I have faith in my spirit. I knew. You know, my mother was breast cancer. She had breast cancer. My grandmother had breast cancer. My great aunt had breast cancer. 2 of my sisters had breast cancer. They're still here, you know, and everything. So for me, I said, oh no, I got to keep going. And at 65, that's when I started back bodybuilding again. At first, I said, "Oh no, I can't bodybuild. I don't have any breasts." So, but that didn't stop me. And so I've been going on and on and on to be a champion, world champion at Budapest, Hungary in 2016. I won the Olympia 2015 with the INBA, PNBA, and 2016 and 2017. So 3 years in a row.
Staying busy.
Yeah, in the Ultra Masters, because that's the 60 to 69. Now, my comeback, since I haven't competed, I'm gonna come back and show you what you're supposed to look at 70 in a bikini.
Don't do them like that.
At 70 in a bikini.
If y'all haven't seen Etheal in a bikini yet, man, you got to go to her IG page, because you're in for a treat.
So one of the overarching things that I've heard you say, and that I just see from your story, even from a young age, is mindset.
Yes.
So it seems like your mind is what is allowing you to just overcome these things, to draw these things that you need to do. So can you give people just a snapshot into what you do daily for mindset to keep your mind where it's at and excelling?
Well, you know, you could wake up in the morning, you could choose to be miserable, or you could choose to be happy, and I choose to be happy. And what I do is I always say I am in alignment, and I create my own reality. So this is what I want to do today, or okay, even with my foot, I'm tired, gotta get moving, gotta go, get back into the gym, because I wasn't in the gym and stuff, but I'm still doing stuff at home. So it is my mindset, all of it. Even when I was competing, it's my mindset. For 12 weeks to eat the same thing every day. Work out
Discipline.
7 days a week, 7, maybe twice a day. It's my mind. That gets me in that gym, that gets me. If your mindset ain't right, hey, you're not going to be right.
You're gonna be all over the place.
Yeah.
Is any particular like books or anybody that has influenced you on the mindset to kind of keep you grounded that you use as a foundation?
Well, you know, it's so many books. God, back in the day, I hear Babette talk about Fit for Life. I read that a long time ago. But I decided to be a vegan when I read China Study, T. Colin Campbell.
Right.
Yeah, and so that was in 2005.
Yeah.
And so it's just, I've always, I went to my spiritual base. That's what it's always, I have affirmations on the wall. My nieces will tell you, they'll see affirmations on my mirror.
They like, what is you doing?
Right.
What kind of crazy bumbo jumbo stuff is this?
Right.
What Ethel
Yeah.
is doing is she ain't playing no games with life.
Right, yeah.
That's what's happening.
And I always tell them, I said, name it and claim it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just do it. That's what you got to do. You just got to
Take
do
action.
it. Yeah.
So, what are some of your plans going forward? Because we were just talking off air. You were saying you're presenting at one of the competitions.
Well, I present now at the competitions when I don't compete. Most of the Northern Cal competitions for IMBA, PMA, I either present and judge. I just went to a judging clinic March 2nd in Corona, Ontario. So I'll judge and I present now. So I'm the trophy lady.
You're the trophy
Yeah,
lady.
I'm
You
the
go up
trophy
there
lady.
and hand
And
it
I
off.
cheer and I cheer the athletes on, and I give them the energy. So because it's stressful, and I'm usually when I compete, I'm not stressed. So I just have a good time. I always tell them to have fun, and so I dance and I get them going, and they're more relaxed and stuff. And so right now I have a competition April the 20th, and it's the Clash of the Champions. And it'll be in Davis, and I'll probably be the trophy lady for that. But I've been asked by the INPA, PMBA to go to Greece with them in June, so I'm going to go to Greece. Yeah, in June.
How has it been when, other competitors have asked you, what do you do, and you tell them that you're plant-based? What kind of reaction have you gotten from that?
Well, it's so funny because a lot of the athletes are turning plant-based now.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of them. I have one of the ladies who just won a competition. She's plant-based, and when I was going to Budapest, I was plant-based, and so a lot of people weren't. So it was always difficult for me to find food. But now it's more plant-based bodybuilders. They're finding they can build muscle without eating the meat.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you say for this? Because I know some people that compete, and some people feel like they have to go back. Like, so what do you say to those people that feel like they have to go back to get what they want to get out of bodybuilding?
Well, I think that's a personal choice. It's a personal choice. And as far as I know, when I'm backstage with people and they've carved down and they've done this, I'm always happy. So I think it's because of the way I eat. You know, I don't have those extremes.
Yeah.
So I'm happy when I'm backstage, and I don't. I might eat the same thing, but it's what it's a lifestyle.
Right.
So I don't go, I'm carved down, I'm going to be miserable. I'm happy.
Right.
So
It's just effort.
Yeah.
Just effort.
Yeah.
Always fired up.
Right. Yeah. Always going, full of it. Yeah. Full of energy. Yeah. So it's really like I'm going back to the mind.
Yeah.
So,
So what do you say to what do you say to people that are aging, they're maturing, and they've lost they feel like it's over? You know what I mean? Like, what advice would you give to someone that's feeling like, because how people say, like when their knees start hurting, and I know somebody just had a hip replacement, hip surgery, and they start to talk like, I'm getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you say to those people, as far as inspiration goes?
well, first of all, I tell them I can't relate. because I'm like a fine wine, so I don't know. So
I hear that.
and I tell them they gotta move, and you don't have. If you can't go to the gym, turn on the music and dance.
Right.
Just move.
Yeah, get your body.
Move and drink your water. I drink a gallon of water a day. You gotta be hydrated. You gotta eat.
If y'all can't see from the
Y'all
camera,
don't see the skin right here.
it's glowing.
Y'all don't see it. We up close. Well, y'all do see it, but we up close.
Man.
Yeah, you gotta drink your water, and you gotta have water-based food. So what is that? Your fruits and vegetables.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So right now, I know you haven't been training for the last couple months because of the foot injury and everything. But prior to that, when people would come in and are half your age and they're looking at you moving and being so vibrant during the class, and they're just like moping around, like what things do you tell them to make sure they stay on it, to make sure they're successful on their fitness journey? Like, because the first couple weeks when you're just getting back in the gym are probably the hardest weeks, because your body is feeling every ache and pain because you're breaking down so much of the muscle.
Right.
Like, so what are some of the things that you do to keep those people motivated when they're coming back into the gym?
Well, I always tell them, hey, it's not, you have to look at the little things. Yesterday you couldn't do this, but today you're doing this. Last week you told me you couldn't run the block, but now you're running the block 2 or 3 times. So always, you got this. And I say you have to keep the mindset that no matter what, I got it. So hey, I know it's gonna hurt right now, but let me look at the little things. So I always tell them, look at the little things. I said, you were in my class when I was teaching classes and stuff. I said, you couldn't keep up with me. I'm older than most of you, all of you in here, and but now you're keeping up with me. Now you're running with me. So that's your point, to see that, hey, yeah, it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. Everybody wants a quick fix.
Everybody,
it's a lifestyle.
People, we live in this microwave society that they want instant results. They come into the gym for 1 week and they want that.
Yeah.
They want to look like Ethel next week. And
Right.
be ready.
No.
They want to be stage ready after a week.
No.
And I think, and I was talking about this on one of my other videos. It's like I have a client started with me last July, right? His goal was to lose 130 pounds, I believe, 120, 130 pounds. And I said, okay, we know the goal is 120, 130 pounds, but let's take it 1 week at a time. Let's focus on 1 to 2 pounds a week. Let's go, like you were saying, the smaller victories, right? Because you have to continue to stay excited about your journey.
And you got to reset goals.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now, 10 months later, guess what? He's 90 pounds down, right? We're still moving towards that target. He wanted to lose that 120, 130 pounds within a year, and we're moving forward. But he never got discouraged because every week he saw progress. He was hitting that marker. And I think a lot of people set targets so extreme, and then when they don't see the instant gratification, they get discouraged and it's like, forget it. It's not for me. And then they start coming to all those excuses. I'm too old, and this is not for me, or it's not working. And then they go down that rabbit hole as well.
Well, one thing I think about is like this. As long as you're moving forward, you're going into the right direction. But when you stop, you have no more progress.
You lose that momentum.
Yeah, so it's like it would behoove someone to continue going forward.
One step at a time.
To even see what's happening.
Yeah.
To even get a better vision of what's happening.
Yeah.
Because how are you going to be able to see something if you're not moving forward?
Exactly.
You'll never be able to capture it. So it's like that's like shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
So I got a question about competing in body dysmorphia. So how do you coach people on dealing with that? Because I know I have some people that came to me as a trainer and they've competed before and they were like, well, I want to get back to where I was, when I competed. And when I think about it, I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you taking your body to an extreme, and a person's body is not naturally going to be like they are on the stage for Mr. Olympia. You're not going to be ripped and shredded, but when people get pictures like that, then they like, oh damn, I want to get back to that. So how do you deal with it, and how do you coach other people dealing with image of the body at those times?
Well, to go back to what he was saying about people losing weight, I always tell people, don't ever say I want to lose this, because isn't it always the case that you can find something when you lose it? So I always say sculpturing.
Right.
And I also say, as far as training, okay, you look like this then, but sometimes you got to take a rest, you know, and then regroup and start all over, you know, again. If that's the case, you have to start all over. I'm not one, after I complete competition, I'm not one to go eat everything in the world and do that, you know, and gain 20 to 30 pounds. No. Since my last competition in 2017, I've gained 12 pounds. So that's like 2 years. What is that? That's less than a pound a year. But other people, they gain a lot of weight after a competition. And I just don't believe in that, because then you're not making it a lifestyle.
Right.
If it's a lifestyle, maybe we wouldn't have the body dysmorphia. Maybe we wouldn't have to go to the extreme. If it's a lifestyle, make a choice and say, okay, I want to do this show in November, so I'll start preparing for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we go back. It's all mindset.
Right.
Mindset. Lifestyle.
Definitely.
Choices.
Message.
That's it.
Man, everything does start in the mind.
Yeah.
So right now, are you gonna go forward once your foot is healed and everything? Are you gonna be training again or anything like that?
Well, I'm back in the gym.
Are you back in the gym?
Yeah, back in the gym. I'm jogging. I'm not running. You know, I used to run hills and stairs and everything, so I'm jogging because I don't want to, you know, do too extreme, because I have to be ready.
Yeah.
I have to stay ready.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah.
Are you gonna be training others as well? Have anybody hit you up to
Well,
call you out of retirement? It's like, hey, I need to get in the gym with you.
They have. I've been asked to personal train at this time, but I told them I had a lot of stuff going on right now.
Right. I was gonna say, like, I would say the balance of what you got is like your demand is probably like high, and it's only a certain amount of time that you have for your own personal stuff, and you know, for anything that may come. So I'm just thinking in my head, like, you know, it might not be something that you might be doing because you might have other things that you want to push and other things that you want to do.
Yeah.
So you don't have, because when you train people, it takes time.
Yes, it does. And it takes energy.
Energy too.
Basically, you're a therapist.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. You're a therapist.
Right.
Yeah. So, and it definitely time management, because people, you know, I don't feel like today. That's okay. I already paid, so hey, I don't have to come.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep them motivated.
But it's not. Yeah.
You know?
But you got to keep going. Yeah.
And I think too, like I was saying this to somebody else the other day, like, I don't want somebody to pay me and not get the full benefit of what they're paying me for.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather not accept it than to have you pay me some money and then not show up.
Right. Yeah.
You know, the whole purpose of you paying the money was for you to show up.
Exactly. To enjoy the experience.
Exactly.
Yeah. And get the knowledge and everything else that comes with it.
Yeah.
So, we're going to have you share your social media, because if you guys are on IG or Facebook, you have to be following Ethel, because she's been so motivational to myself. She was one of the first people when I started going plant-based 3 years ago. I found and I connected. I was like, oh my gosh, she lives right here. This is my personal jewel right here in the Bay Area. So we've been connected ever since. So I want you guys to be able to connect with her. If you have any questions, feel free to leave the questions in the comments, because, you know, Ethel is really good about answering those questions.
I will. I always answer. And when anybody always tells me anything, I always answer.
Yeah.
And I'm always so grateful, because I'm blessed. So, yeah. I will respond, but my IG is eChamp2015.
eChamp.
Yeah.
And then on Facebook, where can they find you?
Etheal Richardson.
Ethel Richardson. We're going to have that in the description right here. So if you want to follow her on Facebook, go ahead and click on her profile, follow her. Like I said, with the comments and everything, feel free to talk to her, because she is so down to earth, and she'll be able to answer your questions to the best of her ability.
And if you see more, Etheal Richardson is the one with the bikini on. My profile picture.
The one you need to zoom in on.
That's right.
Ooh, right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. And on my Instagram too, yeah. But I've noticed there's a lot of other people saying they were champs, but champ.
You the original
That's right.
champ.
I'm the original, yeah.
So these are one of the things we always love to do with our viewers, are those people that are getting ready to make that transition, what are some of the things that you could leave with them to help them make that decision or get them over that hump? What are some things that you may suggest, or books, or anything that you can give to them as a resource?
Oh, well, there are so many books. There's the meatless, plant-based diet. There, like I said, I really like the China Study. That's a good book to read. But before if they're getting ready, first they have to be in the mindset. So anything about mindset or creating your own reality and stuff before you take this journey. Because the fitness journey is an amazing journey.
It's a never-ending journey.
It's never ending. It's
Well,
just
I said this. I said, your fitness journey is something that nobody could ever cap you on.
Right.
No, it's limitless.
Yeah,
You're going all the way to the top.
Right, so that's what I would say. And then once you really have made up in your mind, take your time. It don't have to happen overnight, and take a day at a time and see if you're ready.
And guys, I always tell people when they come into the gym, especially when we're doing evaluations, make sure you enjoy your workouts.
Right.
Because just like Ethel was saying, it's so many different ways you can work out. You can dance, you can do strength and conditioning, you can do biking,
you can do climb things.
So many things. Find something that makes sense to you, because if you enjoy it, you're going to be that much more consistent and you're going to see the results. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing, especially if you don't enjoy it. Because at that point, that's when you find those people that are paying for memberships. They're not coming. They're not being consistent. They're finding every excuse in the world why they're missing class. But if it was something that you loved, you would make the time.
And then too, I think the biggest thing too is finding your why.
Yeah.
Like know why you're doing something.
Yeah.
And I think that's the glue. You know what I mean? The glue is like knowing why you're doing it. Because if you don't know why you're doing it, you're gonna quit it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's nothing tying you down. It's nothing anchoring you to doing it.
Yeah. Nothing keeping you motivated. So give them your social media one more time before we get out of here, Ethel.
Okay, Facebook is Etheal Richardson, and Instagram is eChamp2015.
And what's that next competition that you're going to be at? So maybe some of the viewers will come out there and check you out.
It's going to be at Davis, and it's called Clash of the Champions with INBA, PNBA.
And that's next month, or when is that
No,
coming
it's on
up?
the 20th.
Of this month?
Yes.
So April 20th, y'all. Go out, check out Ethel. She's gonna be out there. She's gonna be the fine one,
That's right, handing out the trophies.
handing out the trophies and everything.
And possibly judging.
Ooh, okay. Coach G, let them know where they can find you.
You
for
can
any
find me
questions.
on Instagram for Plant B Fitness is my tag. And then you can find me on Facebook as Gary Whitaker.
Guys, you can find your man Cat Fitness 3 on IG and Cat Fitness on Facebook. But make sure you're following the Plant Power Brothers page on IG.
So like this, share this.
Share it with a friend. And guess what? Tune in every Tuesday at 1:30 because we're going to have more and more lovely guests. Now you can see, I think this is the second woman that we've interviewed on our show now. Third, number 3. Ooh, the trifecta. She's the trifecta. Yeah.
So I'm with the Kings. I told Mario when he asked me, he says, sure. I said, sure, I'd love to come and hang with the Kings.
Right.
Yeah. And I said every king needs a queen.
Yeah. Well,
We
I'm
gotta
a
go
goddess. I'm a goddess. Goddess are victorious.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
So thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
And make sure, like I said, if you have any questions, make sure you hit us up in the comments for any questions, especially directed towards Ethel, because she's amazing at getting back with those questions and answering to her best of her ability. And we will see y'all next week. Peace out.